Rose here, and you're watching THS Wrestling on the Hashtag Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to THS Wrestling's wrestling show called That's Wrestling Show, just like the reigning, defending, undisputed women's NXT champion just mentioned. Yes, I am your host, along with the man sitting to the screen right of me, looking very puzzled. Again, my Evan Ross of my Wakanda, John Pingle. John Pingle. Is this just gonna be a Black Panther Wakanda Forever review pod? Yes, and why?
Yeah, I might. I mean, I would be totally fine with that. I want to get a couple of things out of the way. Dylan, happy belated birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
I was confused by the time difference. I thought I missed it, and then I feel like I didn't, and then I missed it again. So we appreciate you, Dylan. Happy birthday. Thank you for all the gifts. We love them. The other thing is, Matthew, holy crap, 2 root canals in a day. That is insane, my friend. I have had a couple myself. I salute you. That's wild. It's absolutely wild. But yeah, this could be a Wakanda Forever recap for sure. Please get Cody to guest on your Wakanda Forever review special. Mike, we'll see what we can do.
I mean, he's Ryan Coogler Jr. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Mike told me after our show that he laughed at Cody X for like the majority of opposite sides of your mouth. Jesus.
If somebody could design, if somebody designs a Cody X shirt, I promise you I will get it printed a scappy and I will wear it on the show the following Wednesday.
There you go.
I promise you guys. You design a Cody X, a Cody Luther Jr. shirt, whatever Cody Rhodes shirt, a Cody Wakanda shirt. Give me a Cody Wakanda shirt, and I will print it and wear it on the following Wednesday. What's up, Thomas, in the chat?
Thomas, what's going on, man?
Guys, it's gonna be a great show. Look, we just got off the heels of AW Dynamite show. We're coming off the heels of Crown Jewel. We're coming off the heels of a cash-in. It's a lot of professional wrestling talk I want to get into. But again, the most important thing, because Pingo has not got a chance to answer this. How was Wakanda Forever? Spoiler free review.
Review. I mean, I told you when we were driving back to my apartment last night, I had no notes. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I don't know what some people are complaining about. But yeah, man, it shows it's a heavy movie, folks. I'll just let you know that much. You get to see all the stages of grief and some pretty cool action scenes as well. I thought Namor was great. I thought everybody did a fantastic job. Go see it. It's great. That's about as much as I can say.
I'll tell you one thing. The person that cashed in on Black Panther in the movie, boy.
Man, also that Mephisto reveal. Wow. I couldn't believe it.
Finally, we got him, guys. We got him. Sacha Baron Cohen was in Wakanda.
That didn't happen. There's the only spoiler for you.
The last thing I want to talk about before Wakanda, guys, if you want to see my spoiler-free review, make sure you follow me on Twitter at StayFlyLife. It's a thread on there. Please go follow it. That is my spoiler-free review for Wakanda Forever. But Pingo, one day we're gonna sit here and talk about who are Skrulls and who are not Skrulls in the MCU. We kind of talked about it last night, but god damn it, I just want to have a whole conversation about who are going to be revealed as Skrulls next year in Secret Invasion series, because boy, shit is getting crazy.
I think before that show comes out, we should do a who do you like? It's like a fantasy draft, but with Skrulls and the people that are in the show. And we should do that. I think that would be fun.
Oh, we're gonna do that. I say we do that before the end of the year. I say that's our New Year's, that's our end of year prediction.
Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Who are Skrulls?
And why?
And which wrestlers are Super Skrulls?
Oh boy.
Guys, make sure you drop your thoughts of the week that was wrestling, week that was in wrestling in the chat. But let's get into our first topic. And the first topic is going to be, as we talked about it just a little bit, I alluded to it. Look, my man, a lot of other people's not man. Austin Theory decided to cash in his world championship opportunity. Yes, that is right. If you buy the actual Money in the Bank from WWE Shop, it used to, I don't know if it still does, come with a actual contract. That contract that reads, you, the holder of this briefcase, has a chance to cash in on a world championship opportunity and get a match at that moment. Not the US title, though, the World Wrestling Federation title. Yes, it has
Whoa, oh
WWF
my
on there.
God.
No, but it
Invoking the
says that.
Federation.
So Austin Theory decided to think out the box. He decided to break the rules because he is a rule breaker, a move shaker. He creates the way. He does not follow the way, ladies and gentlemen. He is the way. And decided to go for the United States title and came up short still. So I want to propose to you in the chat, guys, is this the end of the Theory? If Theory's run sniffing the top, is this the end for him? Pingle, chat, what do you say?
I got a theory. This
What's your
guy
theory?
stinks. Ha! No, in all seriousness, he cashed in, I believe, after we had an open challenge for the title that he was cashing in on, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Because he could have just answered the open challenge. You know what would have been funny? If he had answered the open challenge, lost, then cashed in his Money in the Bank and lost that as well. That would have been even funnier. Do I think this is the end of Austin Theory in contention for a main title? Not yes, but not for long. I feel my theory is that Theory is done for. Oh my goodness. I feel like anyone, and this could have been anybody that had the briefcase, they're in a losing situation because it's like, who, we don't even know who's going to beat Roman Reigns, you know? And I feel like Austin Theory getting the briefcase, it was teased a couple of times that he was going to cash in, but it didn't happen. It was also teased that he was going to cash in for NXT. That didn't happen. I just think I don't want to say the powers that be because then I get flashbacks to WCW. But the powers that be said, you know what? Let's not have this albatross around your neck anymore. Let's just get rid of it, and we'll think of something else to do for now, because it's just like when you get the Money in the brief contract, if you don't cash it in right away, then it's just like, oh, there he is. When is he gonna? Or there they are. When are they gonna cash it in? If you don't do it like within the net, like 2 weeks, it feels
right.
So, but with Austin Theory, I know a lot of people do not like him. I am one of those people, but I could take him or leave him, I guess. I don't know at this point. So it was absolutely hilarious to watch him cash in on the United States title and then lose it, and now he's just back to square one. I don't think he was ever going to beat Roman. Everyone's like, yeah, but he could have cashed in on Roman.
Okay,
and
wait.
then
Don't
lost.
Sorry,
Sorry, I'm going a mile a minute here.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, is this the end for Austin Theory? You're saying
for now.
That
Okay.
Oh,
the end, so like in the main title picture for now.
So it's the end for Austin Theory. Well, he technically was never in the main title picture, right? So like,
yeah.
So I want to ask the chat, do you think it's the end for Austin Theory or not? Because this poses the next question. Now, does Austin Theory go back to NXT and try to, he's trying to take that top spot at NXT, and maybe he could work himself to that? It gives Braun Breaker some time, gives Braun Breaker another avenue to go before we get to Carmelo Hayes? Or do you think that Austin Theory now could work his way from the bottom of the card, like legitly, and build himself up to a mid-card star, then, hopefully a top star?
Have we set War Games teams yet?
No, because we haven't talked War Games yet.
Okay. So I think usually when somebody cashes in, I have a theory that he's going to play a big part in whatever war game team he's on, and that he'll be his big moment. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't think he's going to pivot down to NXT. I think we're going to probably play off of this. Why did you cash in when you could have just done an open challenge?
So you're thinking that he's actually going to be in a War Games match when we haven't even gotten a males War Games match even alluded to. Only
That's
thing
what
that
I'm
we're
thinking.
the only thing that we're sniffing around that is really the Judgment Day versus the Bullet Club. That's the really only major male group versus male group feud that we have, and that's really has one female group or one
Yes.
woman in each
Yes.
of it. So you think Austin Theory is going to play a role in a War Games match?
I think I mean I don't want to go so bold as to say this, but you know what?
Please.
I'll just say it right now. I think he'll be the sole survivor. He'll win War Games. He will be the sole survivor. That's what I'm going to say right now. If you want to like reboot Austin Theory and make him a main event caliber person, he is the sole survivor at War Games. By hook or
Austin
by
Theory.
crook.
Pingle says Austin Theory will be the sole survivor of the men's War Games match that wherever
If
will
he's
be
even in
announced
it.
in sometime in the future. That's write it down.
That's what I'm thinking.
Frame it. Because I mean, look, I think if you want to make a guy, sure, you think that's what they try to do with Seth Rollins, right? Soul Survivor. They try to do it with Dolph Ziggler. They try to do it with these ring general people, right? Like they try to do it. And one thing about Austin Theory, the man could go. He can hang with all of them. He hang with the best of them. The man can go. So look, I think it may be a great thing, but to me, it's gonna feel real hot shotty to put him in a War Games match and then have him as a sole survivor when there's no sign of a male's War Game match. And we could actually bring that up a little later. The last thing I want to talk about with Austin Theory is that look, you have Roman Reigns that has been champion over 800 days. He's not dropping that title anytime soon. And not only that, the people around him already are creating a orbit and an atmosphere that is impenetrable, right? Like you have Sami Zayn and Jay that has their thing. You got Jimmy there. You have Solo, Paul Heyman. You have to before you even get to Roman, you have to be able to penetrate that orbit. And you can't with a Austin Theory right now, right? Like it's even the only person that we're really talking about this are big names. We're talking about Cody Luther Jr. We're talking about Dwayne the Rock Black Adam Johnson. Those are really like the two. Maybe John Cena could Invisible Man himself back into that picture, but why when he's already been beat, right? So it's very, very few names that could already penetrate that. So penetrate that orbit. So I mean, look, Austin Theory, I think it's a great idea for him to try to cash in. I thought it was a great idea for him to try to cash in on a US title. He didn't come up successful. Sorry, kid. But now you don't, like you said, you don't have that around your neck. You don't have that weight on your back. You don't have all that pressure to live up to be the youngest universal champion anymore. Now you actually have something to work towards. So look at it as a blessing, kid.
And I mean, like storyline wise, depending, everyone's like, you're an idiot. Like what makes you think that? Why didn't you just do that instead? Why didn't you just answer the open challenge? You're an idiot. So now he's probably going to be looking to prove himself. I don't know how they're going to do War Games teams, but that's just kind of how I'm thinking it.
Yeah, I did have a theory that I threw out to you yesterday. Look, if it's technically, and I know somebody in the chat, I think Dylan, you said that Cole has been saying any title, and I get it. But if the contracts legally says world championship, and he cashed in for the United States Championship. That is not his fault. That is the referee's fault. That is the person that is the person that rang the bell's fault, and that is Seth Rollins for accepting that contract because it does not say United States title. It does not say any title. It says world title. So if Austin Theory wants to fight this, maybe he needs to hire a lawyer. Maybe he needs to, needs to go and hire. Maybe he needs to hire a tax person. I don't know. Maybe we get an IRS back and like, hey guys, this is not right. This is not good. There's plenty of ways you go about this, and I'm really interested to see what happens next. Unlike the 24/7 title. Next topic, we're gonna talk about is, speaking of Roman, speaking of tribal chief, speaking of the head of the table, speaking of the bloodline, speaking of 800 plus days. The reason why this man is 800 plus days in reigning is because he put on one hell of a title defense in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel against not only Logan Paul, but Jake Paul as well. That's right. Logan Paul had his own bloodline. He brought Jake Paul in, that has probably the second worst working punch next to Mike Tyson. Jake Paul and Roman Reigns stood tall once again. I have to ask you, and I have to ask the chat. We know that Logan Paul is injured, but tell me why Logan Paul is winning the Royal Rumble.
Well, I don't think he's winning the Royal Rumble, especially if the rumors of his ACL and MCL being torn are true.
Rumored, but by him, and also show me where he limped once in that whole effing match where he was able to do kick-ups at the end, X amount of Superman punches. He did like 2 frog splashes plus a frog splash outside of the ring with a cell phone in his hand. You tell me, if that man has an ACL and MCL tears, if this man's knee is that busted doing that, look, that means he could come back and do anything and whatever, but he's a cyborg, okay? So that's why I said, tell me why Logan Paul is winning the Royal Rumble. Go.
I mean, I don't think he is.
No, that is blasphemy.
But I mean, what a story that would be. I gotta say, I feel like the first match, which was the tag match, we were impressed. Right? We were
Dylan,
like,
get well, Dylan. Get well, by the way. I seen those pictures. My God, you spent the birthday in a knee brace.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy, bro.
Oh, he had the one up you, is what you're saying. So the tag match, his first match, we're like, all right, this is pretty good. And then naturally we get the Miz turning on him. Then they have the one-on-one match. We're like, perfect. The Miz is a great guy to help him out in the ring, and they had another like pretty good match.
Yeah.
And then the Roman stuff happens, and you're like, I don't know about this. A lot of people were like, 10 minutes tops. There's gonna win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the Intercontinental Championship, bro. There you go. So he's a worse.
Is Theory the white R-Truth? Yeah, I was like, is Theory the white R-Truth? Is that what we're getting? Theory's the white R-Truth. Hey, if this is the case, I need him to come out saying, how y'all doing, instead of what's up. Just have him come out saying, how y'all doing. How y'all doing?
So, I mean, expectations going into this match, I was just like, I just hope it's good. And oh boy, did Logan Paul and Roman Reigns show up and show out. I was like sitting here just like, this is a very good match. Yeah. There were like little things that I really liked, like when Roman was talking shit, and then he's got him in like a it's not a headlock, like a chin lock or something, and Logan Paul's just talking back to him, talking shit back to him.
Show me somebody that isn't the best shit talker mid-match. Show me somebody that's better than Roman, and I will show you a liar. Okay, Roman Reigns mid-match talking shit is incredible.
But I mean, I thought Logan Paul looked great. I don't recall anything where I was like, oh geez. I mean, a couple of times I was like, is he really gonna? Oh, you've already done the Cody edits,
Guys, guys, don't play. I will go to the office and print some Cody shirts and wear it on the show next Wednesday.
I will say, I guess I will direct the question back to you because I know we both loved the match.
Yeah.
And I, was like, this is amazing. What do you think they actually put a world title on Logan Paul in the next 2 years?
A world title? So no.
Do you want me to
I think
dumb it down and say any singles championship?
yes.
Okay.
If you say any singles championship, yes. I say within 2 years, depending health, I say we get a singles. He holds some single title at some point for sure because it benefits. Look, this is what I would say about this match. This match is what really defines Roman Reigns' career from any other career. If you think about it, John Cena he was the PG era, right? Austin Rock was the Attitude Era, Hogan Golden Era, Bruno Sammartino. We could go down a list and everybody has their era defined.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns has now defined his era, and he's going to be the internet era, internet, social media, bridging a gap, whatever it may be. He's going to be that because when you have him talk about beating fighting Logan Paul and hitting crazy social media numbers, 34 million, I think like within like 8 hours or something like that, something nuts, right? Like, and then you got KSI. Like he's calling out KSI in the middle of beating the shit out of Logan Paul, right? Like, so then you got KSI talking about, but then if you go on that post that KSI post and tagged the other people he named, like Mr. Beast and all the other social media people, you see people on there saying, hey man, if I fight them, I fight. Like, I mean, I'll watch Roman Reigns fight. Like I'll watch KSI fight. I don't watch WWE, but if you do it, I'll watch it. This and this and that. And that's exactly what Paul Heyman has been talking about on the he talked about on After the Bell podcast of like what he looks for and what he wants to do. He wants to see how he could bring in other people's eyeballs, other people's audience, and put them on the island of relevancy and have them face Roman Reigns. So I think Roman Reigns in the next 2 years, he's going to hold that title. And if he loses, it's going to be something within the bloodline. It's not going to be anybody that's going to be able to take that off and we'll get down there. But that just means Logan Paul is not going to sniff that world title. But Logan Paul is definitely going to sniff a singles title. Maybe won't be the IC title. Maybe won't be the US title. I think he should get the NXT title, honestly. If we're talking about bringing people forward, bringing an audience, getting them attached early on, then you do that with NXT. Imagine if you had Logan Paul versus Carmelo Hayes. Imagine the eyes that get on Carmelo Hayes. Then when Carmelo Hayes comes to the main roster, and then he's standing there face to face with the tribal chief. Right. And imagine Logan Paul standing next to Mandy Rose, having Mandy Rose on Impulsive. And then Mandy Rose is now standing next to the Boston Blueprint, the gas standard, the GOAT, the Queen of the Cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the SP Award winning, the CBD Award winning Sasha Banks. Right. Imagine that, because the eyes that are now attached. So I think Roman Reigns has defined this era, and I think Logan Paul is the right person. Honestly, look, like him or not, you're definitely not indifferent, know. And so I think he's the right person to put something like the NXT title. If you consider that a world title, then sure, the NXT world title, I think he'll hold it.
I would not be opposed to that experiment. But I just don't know if they would want to do that. They want him on SmackDown. They want him on the quote unquote A show.
Oh yeah, see this is my thing. This is it. Logan Paul is fighting KSI in January. Will we see like that's why I don't know if it's legitimate or not. Like Dylan, you just you just tore your ACL MCL, right? Like can you do a kick up? Do a kick up right now, Dylan. Do one. Film it, do one. Do it. Let's see. Carmella is over there doing a thing. Shout out to the Jets, by the way. You know, we got a Jets fan right here. Shout out to the Jets. They beat the Bills.
They
Josh
did,
Allen
and I laughed
actually
real
injured
hard.
him, you know, like they did more than beat him, they injured him. You know, they pulled a Roman Reigns. You know, that's what they did. They pulled a Roman. Jets are 7-2, 7 and
6-3.
6-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kudos to
Sorry,
them.
folks. I'm it's me by my lonesome with the pups, as you can see, and they are losing their minds. So I apologize, but
Jesus.
they were digging through clothes. I guess that's a new thing. Anyway,
Also shout out to Dylan. He did send me edits. Yeah, man. I got some Cody shirts to print. I can print a Cody shirt and wear it next Wednesday. Um, so yeah, Roman, Logan Paul, great. But another match that was really great on there, which I thought was really incredible, and that got some standing ovations from the crowd. The crowd was hot. First of all, the crowd was hot for this show from start to finish.
oh, absolutely.
The crowd, if we want to talk about a hot crowd, we gotta talk about Bianca Cena. Yes, that is right. The Super Saiyan herself. She is getting the John Cena treatment. She is winning by all means at all costs at every turn against every opponent. Bianca Belair versus Bailey in a last woman standing match. And man, this was sports entertaining at its finest. I'm
It was great.
talking golf carts. I'm talking crates, people being stuffed in crates. I'm talking sandwiching people in ladders and wedging them under the ring, and that's how we get the win. This was such a creative match. Pingle in the chat. I know we have war games. They came out and said, you know, war games. It's
Games.
clearly not over.
Yes.
Clearly this war is not done. It's only right we do war games, which I think is incredible. So this
Yeah.
is what I want to ask. They announced 5-on-5. So we have Damage Control plus Nikki Cross with the insanity-esque music back. So we got 4. I want to ask the chat and you, Pingle, who's the one for Damage Control, and who's the 2 for Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka.
What happened with Becky? What happened to her?
She shoulder. She like
And that
separated shoulder. A
was
severely separated shoulder. SummerSlam, August, late July, early August. Ooh, Mike in the chat saying Chelsea Green.
I think that's a good
Okay,
choice.
a good one. So who we got, Pingle? Who we got?
I think it depends on what's going on with Becky.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that would be a good time for her to come back if she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. If you want to make this match huge, I think you got to call in Charlotte.
Oh.
Right?
Are you saying on Damage Control side, or are you saying on
No,
the
I'm trying to fill out the other team before I go to the other one here.
really? So you think Charlotte and who?
Charlotte and Becky, if Becky is good to go.
Wow. Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. That's a fire team. Okay.
And I think for the other side, Dylan says Indy Hartwell. Mike says Chelsea Green. Shoe for the faces. I mean, maybe she had a match.
Dark match. Yeah.
She had the dark match. I honestly, you know what would be interesting for Damage Control team if we repackage Dewdrop and bring her in on that team.
Hmm.
I think that would be interesting. I believe, what was her name on the indie? Piper Niven?
Piper Nevins.
I think that would be interesting. I don't know if it would be like a big, huge surprise to everyone, but I
Mhm.
think at least we just like repackage her and bring her back in. The story's already there for Indy. Indy would be interesting. I would not be surprised. Also, like I feel like maybe Candace could get in on this as well for not for damage control for the
Right, for Bailey and I mean for Bianca.
yes. So I think you have a couple of options there. I think we might talk about Mia Yim, but I don't think she'll be involved at all.
She's in the Bullet Club.
Glad she's back. I think one thing I will say, like I don't know how in depth we're going to talk about it. That crowd on Raw, everything I've
It
seen,
was trash.
what were they asleep? What was
They're
going on?
trash. They're trash as the sound at the El Capitan. Trash.
Confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, ugh. So I don't think Mia Yim Mia Yim make a comeback where it's a big reveal and we're just sitting on our hands anyway. So
you say so
there's
let's paint this. So we have Becky and Charlotte for you on Bianca's side, and then we have the one person is who?
I think it's Piper and Evans.
Piper Nevins. All right, so Piper Nevins, Charlotte, and Becky are going to fill out. I mean, that's fine. Let's say we have Chelsea Green in the chat. We got Wendy Chu in the chat. Candice, Indy. I think we're throwing out some great names.
I think Candice too could be it for team for the team that fights for good.
Right. Look, I think Candice is a great name because Candice did get taken out by Damage Control not too long ago.
Yeah.
So I think that is a great setup. But honestly, this is one of those times where, like, I know I joke around a lot, but this is the perfect time for a Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back to fill that gap into the two. Right? It's like it's two people literally missing. I'm saying it. See, look, I'm saying it. That is me saying it. That's me. But I think this is the perfect time. Now, granted, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I think a lot of people now, we're getting our hopes high, or the internet's getting our hopes high, and all these cryptic blah, 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 blah. But it's really just people living their life. Like, so it's like, wait, she's wrestling, she's training again. Like, oh, but she's been putting the intro, then taking out the intro. And then it's like, I literally think they're toying with us and like testing the waters on things. So, because if we know anything during the Triple H era, they are paying attention to detail.
Yes.
Like things aren't done, just on a whim. Things are actually done with intention. And so I think these are teases and way to get the internet talking more so, because if she was really gone, she will be moved to the alumni section or completely off the roster online and moving forward. So I know everybody's like, oh, Rampages are, AEW's in Boston. She doesn't live in Boston. She's not going to debut in Boston, guys. Like, that ain't about to happen.
No, that's pay-per-view.
Right. So, look, I think the two on Bianca's side, I say Sasha and Naomi, and they're on the heel side, on Damage Control side. I love the Indy Hartwell moment, but I also love a Mandy Rose moment here. I love Mandy Rose representing toxic attraction, being looked over, taking control in her own hands, being a title defender for over a year and wrestling at every big NXT show and pay-per-view or PLE. And really being a standard bearer for that women's division and beating everybody that they put in front of her. And, as I said in front of her face about 2 years ago, and I told her this, one of the best knees in the business.
Yeah.
And it's reigning supreme, guys. It is reigning supreme. So,
you know what the best part is, though? Sorry, not to cut you off, about us trying to figure out. They have options.
They have
great.
They
always
have
good to have
tons.
options.
And I was actually gonna that reminds me, I was actually gonna say this you could tell. So the word on the streets, right? The streets are talking, and they're saying that the Trips wants to replenish the women's division. Now, if you take a step back, you don't really think the women's division need to be replenished and needed to be focused on. But now you see all these women coming in, and you felt like the women that he's bringing in actually have a spot, actually have something to contribute, and not just coming out and having matches or whatever. Like you got you finally have the two of the MMA horsewomen together, like, right, like now they're a faction. You have Mia Yim with the Bullet Club, that means something. Rhea Ripley, just my God, makes me think of things. Rhea Ripley, then just just her just walking by Bianca, like locking eyes and people getting goosebumps. It was just amazing. Like that looks like what we're going with Mania with, right? Like you just feel it, and feel it in the air, man. And it feels so natural. So it had me thinking, are we getting an evolution? Can we get an evolution? Whoop, whoop.
Oh, the pay-per-view? I would love
The
another one of those.
pay-per-view. It seems like we're getting a evolution pay-per-view to the centuries of centuries. It's gonna be hot. And I think you build all the women up as they're doing, and you have people come back like a Sasha and Naomi that could headline something like that. And I think this is the moment we start that train towards that. Because I think if you do that, I think you do it sometime in the spring or right between Rumble and Mania. You do the Evolution pay-per-view.
How wild is it that pay-per-view was wildly regarded? Mm-hmm. Everyone loved it, and they never did it again.
Well, we had some old hats at the helm. Old hats at the helm.
That doesn't work for me, pal.
Doesn't work for me, pal. But what works for me is that we just came off an episode of Dynamite, and honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love you guys. You guys are my family. You guys are my people. When I say you people, I mean you people. I mean us, the people. I mean we, the people. I fell asleep. All right, I fell asleep. I was knocked the hell out. I woke up at 7 o'clock on the dot. Right, I was like 6:59 to Pingo saying, "Hey, send me the link for the thing." I was like, "Oh shit, I was asleep." I thought I missed the whole show completely. Am I the only one feeling that AEW is missing something?
No, you're not.
Okay,
you were not. Okay. Listen. I know there's a lot of like WWE good, AEW bad. That's kind of how it is right now. But I mean, there were some things that were good, but there was not enough good things or things that made sense to me. Because Neeson, I don't know what you think of when you have a 2 out of 3 falls match, but I think of a long historical back and forth rivalry and not something that was thrown together in a tweet the week before we actually get the match.
So
that's just me.
Is this the product of the Elite literally being gone? Like when we talked about, you lose 5 of your main event players in one jump. I mean, also look, they lost Andrade, and you could tell that took a hit because now you have Rush and I don't even know the old boy that's his mouthpiece that probably shouldn't be his.
So is Andrade just gone? He's gone.
It seems like he's just gone. You have Andrade, you have the Elite, you got Punk, like these are all gone. And look, they are high spots. MJF cut, to me, and I know we say this a lot, but he cut the best promo of his career, and it wasn't inside of a ring. He wasn't screaming. Like that spotlight stealing promo was magical because it was one of those things to where it wasn't overly done. It wasn't, "You pass me up, Royal Regal." It was, "No, guys, look, every time I've done something, they've taken it was supposed to be mine, and they've taken the spotlight."
That was
like,
perfect.
Look at this. right? Like they literally done this. And even the time I make my big comeback, it gets talked about a press conference. Like a press conference is the main thing, right? Like he is making himself a once in a lifetime generational star right in front of our eyes by talking himself into that spot. Only a couple of other people have talked themselves into that spot. And MJF is about to be the next guy to do so. And so I thought that promo was incredible. But I want to talk to you about one promo. And I don't want to say that was incredible, but I want to get your thoughts on it. And I want to get the chat's thoughts on it. Saraya and Britt Baker, Dr. DMD. So Saraya finally comes out and says she is cleared to wrestle. I don't know why when she said it, I was like, wait, this wasn't said already? Or I thought this match was
No, it
already
hadn't been
made.
said before.
Yeah, I thought this match was I thought this match got made last week.
No.
And it wasn't a big moment for me until her natural emotion came out.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, now I'm in. But I just want to say one, and I mean now I'm in, like I'm happy for her. We all know how I feel about these things. I'm gonna watch cringing. I don't want to see the match. I don't want to see her wrestle. I don't want to see her take a bump. I don't want to see her in a ring in wrestling gear, collar and elbowing. Not because she's not fucking great, but because I care about the human being and I do not want to watch anybody die on my screen. That's why. This is supposed to be professional wrestling, not not a what's it called? A snuff film.
Faces of
not
Death.
A snuff film.
There you go.
Yes. So, but I want to ask you, are you in to Britt Baker, Dr. DMD versus Saraya at Full Gear? Go.
Yes, I am. I will say Dylan and Mike are making two great points. So we get the clarification that she is cleared to wrestle. And then she starts in on her big promo, which I think overall was good until it kind of became, as Mike is saying, too much of Britt Baker. You didn't work for anything.
Yeah.
If we had toned that down a bit instead of being like, it needed something different. Like it was too heavy on I felt it was like Britt Baker didn't work for anything. That's really weird. But everything Saraya was saying up until a point, I was like, this is very good. This is very good. Like I wrestled for free. I did this. No one cared about me because when I was coming up, I was a woman. I got hit by a car.
Yeah, it sounded like you made a lot of terrible you made a lot of terrible decisions in life. Like you got hit by a car and then wrestled. Like that's not a badge of honor. Like, can we have a conversation about your choices in life? Like I need more people around her that just loves her.
Look at your
okay,
life,
like
choices.
Yeah, right.
No, but I mean, in the scheme of what she was saying, I was like, okay, I get this. But then when it became like, what if you haven't worked for anything? Then it's kind of like, okay, you kind of lose me there. And I mean, Britt came back with some really great points. I died at we don't take walk-ins here. You need to make an appointment. I was like, yes.
You got my earpiece swinging out. My God.
I loved that line. That's an amazing line.
My off-screen producer is screaming in my ear. That's why I fell out. Yeah. What? Like, we don't take walk-in. Like, I need a we don't take walk-ins. It's a appointments only bitch shirt. God damn it, Dylan. Let's get it.
Not had that drawn up on her AEW shop yet, then. But I like there was some stuff where I was like, but overall, I am into it. I am like you, a little worried that this is the first match back, but
she got hit by a park car, Dylan. Come on.
I am a little worried that this is the first match back, but you got to start somewhere, I guess. And this brings, I think, another element to Full Gear, which was kind of just like, eh. It felt like they're just, again, just throwing matches together. We have a 4-way match for the Ring of Honor champion. Like, I can't even talk about that.
Did they announce that while I was asleep? I don't know.
No, they announced it on like Rampage last week or
I was
something.
asleep.
So when you were asleep.
I look. I think so. I don't. If this is your first match back, why not go against one of QT students, like she said, right? Like, why not do that? That was a great line, by the way. Great
That
line.
was
But
a
also
great
that
line.
means you're talking about Swole. And as much as I hate the name Swole, she's a damn good wrestler. Yeah. We don't want to speak on that. But I think again, I don't want to watch anybody die on my screen.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
So fingers crossed it goes well.
Yeah,
Everyone
fingers
takes
crossed it goes
care of
well.
each other.
I won't be watching. I will be the emoji. I'll be doing this.
I'll watch for you, and then we'll hopefully have good things to say afterwards. But I am interested in it, and I did think the promo was fine up until a point, and then it was kind of like, all right. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the match.
All right. Well, last thing let's talk about. And guys, we're hitting our last topic, so please drop any questions or topics you want us to talk about. While we talk about this last thing we're going to talk about this tag team. So AEW opened up. AEW Dynamite opened up with a 4-on-4 match where we had FTR and the Acclaimed. By the way, Max delivering one of the best bars he's delivered his whole time there. He had a bar about Kyrie. He had a bar about Herschel Walker. He had a bar. He had some fire bars. But we had Acclaim, FTR versus the Ass Boys and Swerve in Our Glory. Now, Pingle, what the hell is going on with that tag team division? The best, they used to be the best tag team division. Now, I mean, look, it's not like they don't have the talent there. You have FTR that has like 7 belts or whatever coming out, just gold up, draped in gold. Shout out. They're just coming out, and you have the tag champions, the AEW tag champions there. Then you have on the opposite side, Swerve in Our Glory, which is supposed to be the Kobe and Shaq, and the Ass Boys. What the hell is going on?
So I think the thing that is just bothersome to me is I'm over the Kobe Shaq thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over it. Like, that doesn't really do anything for me. You guys are like top contenders for these titles, and it's kind of just like, you know how we're like we like long-term storytelling. This has gone on long enough. Just have them fight. I'm just done. I'm done with it. And
we like long storytelling, but this is just long enough,
this is
guys.
too long. Like, it's like, okay, like
there was a
it almost
line. You guys
seemingly
ran across it.
Yeah, seemingly they've never got along, which is just like, if they had gotten along for a decent amount of time, maybe
Right.
I would be like, okay, I'm fine. But it's I don't know, man. I think
This is
those
the
two
same
guys are too talented. I would love to see a program between the two of them. I think that would be great. Them fighting
Right.
each other. But you mentioned the tag division.
Yes.
And I think as soon as we do have some tag teams that should be in the mix here. I feel like best friends have been around who are just kind of hanging out. Did you just see what Mike said?
Oh my God. I love you people. I do. You people, my people, us people. Love
I
you
mean,
people.
we have best friends who could be in any one of these matches, but we have them apparently facing, they're in singles matches for whatever reason. We do have House of Black, who are kind of like MIA. We know they're coming back at some point, but they could have at least been in and around this. We have tag teams that we could be building, and we're just not doing it. It feels like we're
So,
hanging around.
so do you think we're actually going to get something, um, eventually leading up to a restart of a tag team division here? I mean, look, we know we got the Young Bucks coming back in a form or fashion, but they're going to be tied up with the trios titles,
Right.
titles. Um,
Yeah.
but we since lost the luster on the tag division. Do you think that we need a revamp? Do you think that we see some other contenders coming up? Is that the FTR putting the titles on FTR and having them holding all the tag team titles except WWE's titles? Like what do you think is going to help revamp the titles, and why is it going to be this shirt? Shout out Mike for
What
sending
an amazing shirt.
this Cody Rhodes shirt that now I most likely have to wear. And shout out to Dylan for sending this
Oh my god.
shirt. He also sent this shirt.
No. Did you
Look,
see
I really like Cody. He's gonna hate me, but
did you see the Photoshop of Alexa Bliss with the tag
I
title?
seen a I seen a photo of Alexa Bliss. Did you see the photo of Alexa Bliss?
I don't think I did, but
Pink hair Alexa Bliss?
no, I don't think I did. But you didn't see with the title, and did you see the color tone of her hand? That is
No.
not her hand. I'll see if I can find it for you. It's quite amusing. But anyway, what are they going to do to revamp this tag division? I'll tell you
Yes.
right now. I think one thing we keep saying, like, when is too many titles? Too many titles. I don't think we need these 6-man titles because you're
Mhm.
tying up tag teams in a division where you don't even have enough 6-man tag teams. You don't have enough trios to even challenge for the trios titles. They're just
Mhm.
there to have. So I think one thing we should do is get rid of those, um, because then you get Lucha Bros back in the fold, you get Young Bucks back in the fold, and that kind of just revamps you immediately. I feel, but do I think they're gonna jumpstart the tag division? They have to, because that was like their cruiserweight division at one
Right.
point. Was their
Right.
tag
Yeah.
team
Main
division.
main eventing.
Yes, or opening the show. Oh, okay. No, I've seen that picture. Alexa Bliss.
Guys, this is Alexa Bliss, just pink hair Bliss. This is your she actually lost the tag team champion. Tag team.
She doesn't have
Okay.
the titles anymore. But
She doesn't. She has
yeah,
no
the
title.
trios titles take away from the tag division.
I forgot that was Jack.
Respectfully, Alexa Bliss. And the Mid-Atlantic title, I mean, that I think I'd rather have another singles title than another multi-person tag title. I mean, hey, we're real close to getting United States Tag Team Championship titles. Like, we're gonna get back to early 90s
Jesus Christ.
WCW right now. Which would be fine for me because that means the WCW Special Forces, Firebreaker Chip and Todd Champion would make a comeback. That's a reference for two people. They need to figure it out because the tag division is kind of just, and everybody loves the Acclaimed. I love the Acclaimed. I think they're a great tag team. I think it was right for them to win the titles.
Oh, the Acclaim.
But now what? Because it feels like we're just running circles. And honestly, no offense to the Ass Boys, I think they are going to be a good tag team. I just don't think it's right now.
All right. Look, and I wanted to ask you that because it is no question, and I would not have a shame to it. You are the AEW aficionado of this.
I mean, we'll see
podcast.
for how long.
And and yeah, man, I think. Look, I think AEW has some good things. They just got to figure out how to turn the key. They got to figure out how to start the car and actually get on a roll with all these things that they have cooking. It's something great. I will tell you this though. This This is me every time I see them misuse Jade.
They don't know what to
is me
do.
right here. They don't know what to do. This is me. I don't know what they don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So somebody just sits there and takes a picture of me crying because I'm like, what the hell to do? I don't get it. I don't get it. She is their main event player, like period. But you know, whatever. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here? Pingle, do you want to go about scroll? You want to name who you think your 5 scrolls are in
I
AEW?
feel like there was something
Who will be a
else
scroll?
that
Who will be a
happened
scroll in
tonight
AEW?
that I
Would
was.
MJF be a scroll? MJF? Would he be a scroll?
No, he would be the only one that isn't a scroll.
He'll be the only one that is. I think Tony Khan is definitely a scroll, right?
Probably.
Tony Khan is like scroll, like scroll.
There was something else that happened. I'll tell you guys, like, I was watching AEW and it kind of felt like a chore. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I don't like that.
Ref Aubrey's a scroll, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, they got to figure out that tag division. Remember what I feel like when we were like the Elite was gone and we were kind of like, or at least when Kenny was gone, and I feel like the Elite was also gone for a little bit, the Young Bucks, and we were like, they seem fine. Like the show's still good. So like, what happened? Oh, I will say, Ethan Page was the right person to win that match.
I thought you'd say Ethan Page was a scroll. I would have agreed with you.
Ethan Page was the right person to win that match. I love Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's a made man. We need to, and we were talking about this yesterday. The firm needs to establish themselves as. Did he say something big was going to happen?
Well, he did. But that. I'm tired of that. Stokely Hathaway says in a promo that the worst crime you could commit is dick riding without a license, and that's exactly what MJF did. My God, Stokely Hathaway. Why are you at AEW? Why? Well, I get it. It's great, but they don't know what they're doing with you, Stokely.
Well, I mean, we don't think they know, but maybe they do. Like, because he said, "Come hell or high water, I'll see you in hell."
I see you.
So
after win or lose, I'll see you in hell.
I'll see you in hell. I mean, listen, I think
MJF versus
Stokely. No, I
Williams.
just think the revenge for Stokely is going to be. It's going to be something. I think it's going to be good, and I think what we're doing with Stokely right now, like, I mean, hey, that's a pre-tape promo that was very good.
Stokely is not only is Stokely incredible, and I always got to give him his flowers, but God damn it, Stokely is he may be the Nick Fury scroll in all of this. Okay, maybe Talos. Okay, that's who Stokely may be. All right, guys, that's also I need to figure out how I can paint myself as a squirrel for one of these episodes. Guys, we got to get out of here. I don't want to continue. Well, I do want to continue talking about squirrels, but Pingo's not. He's not even entertaining me. He's just continue talking about the things he dislikes and likes about AEW. So Pingo, where can they find you?
You can find me at JP Thrice on Instagram. Twitter for now. I'm probably not going anywhere, but I mean, I've been signing up for all of the other
I'm on
networking sites. I will not have a blue check mark because now it's a meme if you buy a blue check mark, so I'm not doing it. I'll just have to get a blue check mark by becoming super famous. You can find me JP Thrice everywhere. You find me there. It's fine. Anyway.
All right. Guys, look, you can find me at Stay Fly Life right there. You can make sure you find our handles. Make sure you find me on Twitter, please. Tell me who you think are scrolls not only in the MCU, not only in the DCU, but also in WWE and AEW. I'm serious about this. I have this whole fixation about scrolls. I not only do I think they're real in real life at some form or capacity, but also I think it's gonna flip the MCU on its head, and I really can't wait. And if you watch Wakanda, I am firmly convinced that Evan Ross is an effing scroll, and no one else could tell me different. Okay, he is the colonizer of the Wakanda sphere, and why not? Why not have him as a scroll? Why not? Why not? And shout out to all the Game of Thrones and House of Dragon watchers. You know, it's been a sad time since it's been off. But yes, if you want to follow me on Twitter and talk to me about that there. If you want to follow me on Mastodon, it's still Stay Fly Life. I don't know how to use Mastodon
I
yet.
signed up.
Signed up. Very
Don't know.
confused. I'm gonna figure it out. But since James Gunn posts Lobo on Mastodon, I'm gonna figure it out. You could also find me on Instagram. Make sure you slide in my DMs and tell me how great I am, just so I could just say thank you and probably send you like $50 of Monopoly money. Yeah, Monopoly money. Yeah, no. Come on. We all need an extra roll. You don't want to go bankrupt, guys, because then you're gonna flip the board. Okay. Look, I'm looking out for you. You people, my people, we the people. Shout out to everybody that sent me t-shirt ideas, and make sure you if you have any other t-shirts that you want us to wear, I will make sure I print them and I will have us wear them on the show, and I will even print you one and send it to you. All right, so send us some t-shirt ideas, and send us some designs. We're gonna print it. Other than that, make sure you guys yes, Dylan, in a session is not intercession, in a session. Make sure please check that out on Revote, but also we have some amazing other things coming down the pike and yada yada. We'll get into that later. But most importantly, make sure you tune into that hashtag show for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll catch you guys next time. Maybe see you soon, Tegan. Huh? See you soon.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
another.
See you
There's a
soon,
good
Tegan.
one.
Maybe bring Tegan back.